So this one night changed my life. And as clickbaity it sounds, the night of December 31st, 2018, has made me the man which I am right now. I was a young blood, fresh out of college. I'm still young with just gray hair. But I was young blood, fresh out of college. I had a well-paying job. I had a lot of people supporting me. I had my loveliest mom altogether to support. Everything was great. I was happy. I at least thought that I was happy. And there was an unconscious pressure of performing well with respect to going out of the job. Now you hear these toxic YouTube talks, right? You have to go out of 9 to 5, you have to go out of corporate job, you have to be wealthy. That's the only way by which you can be healthy or wealthy and you can be rich. But boy, that fired me. That fired me for good. That fired me for real, real good. And I clearly remember that I started BIRa Fitness, an online fitness coaching company, on September of 9th, 2018. It's exactly 3 years ago. Now, I would do anything and everything to enhance my productivity, my creativity, my focus, anything which impacts my venture in a positive way. I would do anything. I wanted to be the best. And I had heard from some people that there are some substances like marijuana which can actually help you with that. And I was like, why not? Why not? If that is impacting my venture, if that is impacting my venture for good, if that is increasing my business, why not? If that is increasing my efficiency, my creativity, my innovation, I'm all in for that. And coincidentally, there was this music festival which was arriving. It's called Sunburn, if you guys don't know about it. Sunburn is something which happens every year in Goa and Pune. Sometimes in Goa, sometimes in Pune. And it was going to happen in Pune that year. We were there. And I thought that this is the right time to try it because everything would be happy, my friends would be there, everything would be happy. Now, I've never smoked in my life and I would never want to, but I wanted to consume marijuana. So what I did was we consumed it in the form of brownies. Brownies are one of the most potent form which just go inside and just act, all right? There's no filter. So we decided to consume that. And also alcohol was involved too, a lot of alcohol. And boy, I was high. I was really, really high. I mean, all the crazy stuff which you do after getting high. Even after Sunburn ended, I was in the parking shirtless and I was dancing with the dogs over there. So it was embarrassing, but I'm okay. I'm fine with it. The next day was supposed to be a hangover. And it was, I mean, obviously. All the feelings like nausea, all the feelings like gloominess, the anxiety set in, the blackouts, everything happened. And I thought that it's normal. It's quite normal. It will be there. It will be there for sure. But after that, what happened was that anxiety stayed. Who knew that anxiety will stay? 3 days passed. Oh, by the way, that's my Sunburn picture. It's hazy because the one who was taking the picture was mine. So that's what happened. 3 days passed, 4 days passed, 5 days passed. I was still anxious. I would just sleep while distracting myself while watching comedy videos of Jiveshu, who just went. So he played a really good rolling, making me asleep. Now that happened. But after some amount of days when it was uncontrollable, I just went to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist gave me an anxiolytic, which is an anti-anxiety pill, and got better after that. But it came back. It came back harder. It came back stronger than ever. I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, clinical anxiety and depression. And I was told that one bout of substance, that one bout of marijuana, had triggered the subconscious mind, which had all the traumas, which had all the subconscious thoughts, which were slipped under the rug, which were not sorted. However, even after taking all the medicines, it came back again. It came back again stronger, harder than ever, all the time. Now, for those of you who do not know what anxiety is all about, consider that you're giving a speech just like this for the first time in your life. Nervous, heart racing, blackouts, everything. Now consider that the switch is turned on. The switch is turned on and it is not turned off. That is how chronic anxiety looks like. You are afraid all the time without even knowing the reason of being afraid. All the time. Then there is constant fatigue. Your appetite goes down. You feel like somebody is choking you. All of this happens. And then there are some irrational thoughts coming into your mind all the time. You don't want to live. You feel that's a burden. You feel that it's going to end. You feel that nothing matters. Everything happens. And then the funny part is that depression starts to kick in. Because anxiety is most of the times combined with depression. Now, for those of you who don't know what depression looks like, it's really hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. Most of the people they confuse it with sadness, but it's not sadness at all. It's sadness into 100. It's one of the darkest reality which you can ever experience in your life. Now, right now, this is stage. This is some guy. This is some girl. The audience. This is reality. This is neutral. But in depression, you see this reality by a dark lens. You think that nothing of this matters. Some people call it as a slow way of being dead. Some people call it as a death of desire, death of every single desire. It's one of the darkest realities. It's a different dimension altogether, a dimension of void, a dimension of nothingness. You just can't experience it with any positive views. Even if you go over there, even if you have any kind of depression symptoms, even going out for a walk or working is a big task. Forget going out for a walk, forget working. Even answering my mother's call, even answering the doorbell felt like a marathon. I did not feel like eating, did not feel like doing anything. I clearly remember the night of February 21st, 2019. The anxiety and depression symptoms went ahead my head. I was clueless, I was helpless. I thought that I'm not going to make it. I did not think of any way, and then these irrational thoughts come into picture that this is going to end. You do not matter a lot. All of this is going to end. And then I quickly searched on Google and called Suicide and Anxiety Helpline. I called them up and luckily it went through. And they asked me, "Sir, आपको क्या हो रहा है?" I was really hazy. I told them, मुझे anxiety हो रही है बहुत ज़्यादा, मुझे बहुत uncontrollable anxiety हो रही है, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा. And her reply was, आपको anxiety क्यों हो रही है? If I had known that, I would have never called. I cut the call post that. And the funny and ironical part was that number functioned from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Post that, I took my SOS. It became fine after that. Again, it came back harder and stronger than ever. Now, funnily, anxiety and depression was not the only thing which was happening to me at that point of time. Your mental health is directly linked to your gastric health, your pain mechanisms, all of these things. I was suffering from IBS, which is Irritable Bowel Syndrome. After each and every meal, my stomach was aching all the time. And then I had this lingering pain in my shoulder, my lower back, my calf, and the injuries worsened in the gym. Now, one funny story was that I thought there was a friend who would like to understand or who would empathize with me, even a bit. And I was told to him, his name was Yogi. I hope he'll be watching this. I asked him, dude, this is what is happening to me, and would you suggest anything? I think you're the only person who would help me, or you would understand it. He said, and it was funny, that one of time. He said, Rachit, do not reproduce. Do not reproduce at all. And I was like, thank you, dude, this helped. You just discarded my genes altogether. The lack of mental health education in our society is staggering. You only go through mental health, you only get to know about it when you go through it yourself. The taboo is so deep-rooted in our society that it's in our home. So when I received this TED talk and I became official, I just picked up my phone and I just called my lovely mother and I told her that I'm going to talk about my depression episode. And she was like, तुझे कोई और topic नहीं मिला बात करने के लिए? Talk about something positive. This is funny and sad at the same point of time. Now there are some taboos and stigmas which are associated, and I'll talk about them. So people ask me, is depression and sadness the same thing? It's ironical and sad that depression is used so loosely these days, because last time I heard somebody talking on phone and said that I got depressed because my Swiggy order did not arrive at time. And sadly, the same word is used for people who is committing a suicide. So that's another stigma which is always told by my friends. You are a rough and tough guy, you go to the gym, depression should not happen to you. And to that, my reply is that why not? In fact, for people like us, we are more prone to these diseases because we might look rough, we might look macho, but we have the tendency to hide it under the rug just because of our appearance. You're wasting your time and money on therapists and psychiatrists. My friend over there just said that. You can talk to me instead. And when I tried to talk to them, they said, hey, ये तो मुझे भी होता कल. No, I can't talk to you. I'm fine wasting my money because therapists and psychiatrists have learned it for years. They are doctors, they have worked, they have learned it, they have educated themselves for 5 years mostly. And they provide you an objective feedback. They provide you a non-judgmental feedback. They challenge your beliefs, and a friend cannot do that. You are taking pills for feeling happy. Do you remain happy all the time? You will become addicted. I might become addicted and I'm fine with it. But at least it's setting me a platform to talk rationally. I feel I'm happy. After taking the pills, probably I'm happy. But I don't feel sad for calling my mother. I don't feel sad for answering the ring bell. I don't feel sad for eating food. I don't feel sad at all. I feel sad for normal things which you guys feel sad for, like India losing a match or your income dropping down. It has never happened to us. Why is it happening to you? It's a new age disease. This new generation is softer. This is what my parents tell me. No, we are not soft. We are just more aware. We are just more educated towards these diseases. It happened to you guys too, the parents, but you did not just address it. You shrugged it off. So the parents tell me that, is it happening because of us? Is it because of our upbringing? Yes and no. Your job was to just get us out. We are in this world and we have to handle it ourselves. But we have to stop thinking that our parents are perfect. They are also flawed individuals like us. They make mistakes. And we have to stop idealizing them. It will become better on its own in coming months. It's highly unlikely that it will become better on its own. But even if you become better, you are going to lose those 5-6 months. And life is short. You cannot lose 5 to 6 months like that. You look happy, you're laughing, you can't be depressed. This is how a depressed person looks like. I was enjoying meals, I was partying, and I was happy with my friends. Every performance, every outing is a performance. Even this is a performance. You have an energy reservoir which you take, you gather it, you go outside, you perform, and you come back. You sleep on the bed, and then this dark reality comes into picture. Now, while I wish that depression doesn't happen to anyone, I still feel that it was planted for me. I still feel that all the challenges, all the anxiety and depression, all the injuries, all the IBA situations, everything was planted for me. I think it was a boon for me. So in a strange way, I'm grateful for what I've experienced. It has made me a better person. It has taught me a lot about life. It has made me a better coach. And I have an edge over others. And I'll talk to you about my selfish terms now. After I went through this, I quit my job and I started BIRa Fitness, which is an online fitness coaching company. And coaching people, changing their lives, is what gives me a lot of satisfaction. It also gives me a lot of satisfaction and makes me a purpose of my life. So I'll tell you how I have edge over others. Increase empathy. I'm highly empathetic towards what people are going through. And because I've gone through it myself. I'm quite less judgmental, and that's why people do not fear anything while sharing with me, because they fear no judgment at all. I treat my clients as humans and not machines. Every thought of theirs, every thought and feeling of theirs is as important as mine. Every individual is complex with their own set of struggles, and I think that, and I believe that, and that's why they're very comfortable with me. I'm a better problem solver, so coaching involves a lot of problem solving and making decisions. Now, when I know that why they're doing what they're doing, when I know about the beliefs, when I know about the feelings which they have, I'm able to take better decisions. I'm able to solve problems better. Like for say, someone is going through a body image issue, someone is not eating anything, someone is eating a lot. Probably they have been nagged by their pals at home, their parents at home. ये मोटा हो गया बहुत ज़्यादा, सांड की तरह खा रहा है, XL ले ले, S size ले ले, all of that. And these things, these small things, even if they are set by pure intentions, they impact us on a profound level. Now, if we talk about recovery, people talk about my recovery, and I just tell them that the first line of treatment is always therapy in medicines all the time. But there are also some adjunctive therapies like music, like gardening, like exercising. We should not shy away from them because in the end, depression and anxiety is all about feeling better. And if all of this makes you feel better, go for it. Never shy from it. People who say that I do not want to go to that place again at all. I'm just okay distracting myself. I'm just okay escaping myself. I'm okay with that. I just do not want to remember that phase again. These people are the biggest slaves of this disease. These people have to get strategies on board so that when their next depression bout kicks in, they have to be there. They have to be prepared. When you hide it, it grows. Seek treatment, seek therapy. There's no shame in that. Because when you treat yourself, you just do not treat yourself. You just do not treat your depression. You treat your surroundings. You treat your surrounding people and the coming generations. In the end, there's a quote which I love. Life is a suffering. There are a lot of adversities and sufferings which you will get in your life. But it will make you a man. It will make you find yourself. And it will make you find the meaning of your life. Thank you. I'm Rachit Bir.